Jesus said in Matthew, the 22nd chapter, and the 37th verse through verse 40, he talks about the great commandment. The first great commandment is to love the Lord thy God with all of our heart, soul, and mind. But then he says the second great commandment, or the second commandment, is likened unto it, and that is to love our neighbor, just as we love ourselves. Sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, well, who is my neighbor and how do I love my neighbor? Well, obviously we can't love them like we would love our wife, our children, our relatives, our friends, our families. Our neighbor, coincidentally, can be our enemy, because he also says in Matthew, the 5th chapter, in the 43rd verse, he says, but I say unto you, love your enemies. So your neighbor can be anybody. Well, the question is, how do you love them? You pray for them. You pray for those that despitefully use you. You bless those that curse you. Jesus also points out, he says, the scripture says that Jesus loved us. Shouldn't we also love one another? Love is the key to everything. In fact, Jesus says, upon these two commandments you can hang the law and the prophets. For if Jesus died for us, according to the scripture, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that if we believe in him, that we would not perish but have everlasting life. Because Jesus loved us, shouldn't we also love one another? That's the greatest commandment.